What constitutes the highest point in a nation? Is it a straightforward measurement, or does the definition itself contain complexities? For centuries, humanity has been drawn to the planet's vertical extremes, seeking to define and conquer them. In the United States, this quest for the pinnacle has led to a fascinating story, marked by scientific rigor, cultural significance, and enduring human endeavor. Our investigation begins with the generally accepted answer, but soon reveals layers of nuance beneath the surface of official declarations. When asked about the highest point in the United States, most sources, including the U.S. Geological Survey, will point to Denali. This formidable peak, often shrouded in cloud, stands as the crowning jewel of the Alaska Range. Its sheer scale and isolated grandeur command respect, drawing adventurers and scientists alike to its slopes. But its journey to this universally acknowledged status is rich with historical debate and geological wonder, making it more than just a geographic statistic. It is a symbol. Denali is located in the heart of the Alaska Range, within what is now Denali National Park and Preserve. It rises dramatically from a relatively low base plateau, giving it an unparalleled vertical relief of over 18,000 feet from base to peak, according to some geological estimates. This impressive vertical gain is a key factor in its formidable presence. Records from the National Park Service indicate the mountain itself covers a vast area, dominating the surrounding subarctic wilderness. The precise elevation of Denali has been a subject of evolving scientific measurement. For decades, the generally accepted height was 20,320 feet. However, modern techniques have refined this figure. A 2015 survey by the U.S. Geological Survey, employing advanced GPS and interferometric synthetic aperture radar, established a new official elevation. This remeasurement highlighted the challenges inherent in accurately gauging the height of such a massive, ice-covered peak, subject to glacial shifts and even tectonic activity. For much of the 20th century, the peak was officially known as Mount McKinley. This name originated in 1896, when a gold prospector, William A. Dickey, named it after then-presidential candidate William McKinley of Ohio. Dickey, in an article for the New York Sun, reportedly named the mountain for political reasons, supporting McKinley's stance on the gold standard. This naming, by a non-Alaskan, set the stage for a century-long dispute over the mountain's proper identity, a reflection of broader colonial practices. Long before European contact, the indigenous Athabascan people of Alaska had their own name for the mountain, Denali. Linguists and cultural historians confirm that Denali translates to the High One or the Great One in the Koyukon language, a dialect of Athabascan. This name reflects not just its physical stature, but also its profound spiritual and cultural significance to generations of native Alaskans who lived in its shadow. For them, the mountain was always Denali, an integral part of their heritage and identity. The conflict over the mountain's name escalated throughout the 20th century. Alaska officially requested that the federal government change the name to Denali in 1975. However, Ohio, the home state of President McKinley, consistently blocked these efforts. The U.S. Board on Geographic Names maintained Mount McKinley, creating a bureaucratic deadlock. This long-standing disagreement underscored the tension between historical precedent, political tribute, and the recognition of indigenous cultural claims over geographical features. The resolution finally came in 2015. On August 30th of that year, President Barack Obama announced that the U.S. Department of the Interior would officially restore the name Denali. The decision, made ahead of the president's visit to Alaska, invoked the authority of the Secretary of the Interior to act when the U.S. Board on Geographic Names fails to do so within a reasonable period. This move was celebrated by many Alaskans and Native American groups as a long-overdue rectification of historical injustice. Denali's immense stature is a direct result of powerful geological forces. Situated within the Alaska Range, it is part of an active tectonic zone where the Pacific Plate subducts beneath the North American Plate. This ongoing collision, according to geologists, has led to intense uplift and faulting, pushing the ancient granitic rock formation skyward. The mountain continues to rise, albeit imperceptibly, as these colossal plates grind against each other, making it a living testament to Earth's dynamic crust. Beyond its height, Denali presents one of the planet's most extreme environments. Due to its high latitude, approximately 63 degrees north, the air pressure at its summit is significantly lower than at an equivalent altitude closer to the equator. Climbers regularly face temperatures plunging to -75 degrees Fahrenheit -60 degrees Celsius, with wind chills making it feel even colder. The National Park Service reports that hurricane-force winds are common, creating brutal conditions that test the limits of human endurance and specialized gear. The first undisputed ascent of Denali's south summit, its true highest point, occurred in 1913. Led by Episcopal Archdeacon Hudson Stuck, the expedition included Harry Karstens, Robert Tatum, and most notably, Walter Harper, an Alaska native of Koyukon Athabascan descent. Harper, at 21 years old, was credited by Stuck as the first person to stand on the summit. This achievement followed years of failed attempts by others and cemented a significant milestone in mountaineering history, showcasing incredible human perseverance. Prior to Stuck's ascent, a controversial claim emerged from the so-called Sourdough Expedition of 1910. Led by prospectors Peter Anderson and Billy Taylor, this group claimed to have reached the North Summit. However, many in the climbing community were skeptical, given their lack of climbing experience and the primitive equipment available. While they did plant a large flagpole on the North Peak, which was later spotted by Stuck's team, most historical accounts and experts agree they did not reach the true, higher South Summit. Today, climbing Denali remains a serious undertaking, managed rigorously by the National Park Service. Climbers must obtain permits, register, and demonstrate significant mountaineering experience. Despite modern equipment and improved forecasting, the mountain's fatality rate remains notable. Records from the NPS indicate that hundreds attempt the summit each year, but only about half are successful. The vast scale and severe weather continue to challenge even the most experienced alpinists, making every ascent a testament to grit and preparation. One of the most insidious threats on Denali is high-altitude sickness. As climbers ascend, the decreasing atmospheric pressure means less oxygen is available with each breath. This can lead to acute mountain sickness, AMS, high-altitude cerebral edema, ASE, or high-altitude pulmonary edema, HAPE. Medical experts emphasize that acclimatization is crucial, but even with careful planning, these conditions can strike, turning a challenging climb into a life-threatening emergency. Evacuations are often necessary, highlighting the physiological limits of the human body. The designation of Denali as highest typically refers to its elevation above sea level. However, if one considers height from the mountain's base to its peak, a different contender emerges: Mauna Kea in Hawaii. Oceanographers confirm that a significant portion of Mauna Kea lies submerged beneath the Pacific Ocean. While its visible summit is 13,803 feet, 4,207 meters, above sea level, its total height, measured from its seafloor base, vastly surpasses Denali, presenting a nuanced perspective on what highest truly signifies. Geophysical studies estimate Mauna Kea's total height from its base on the seafloor to its summit at over 33,500 feet, 10,210 meters. This figure significantly eclipses Denali's 20,310 feet above sea level. While Denali boasts the greatest vertical relief above land in North America, Mauna Kea holds the record for the tallest mountain in the world when measured from its true geological base. This distinction highlights how the method of measurement critically impacts such superlative claims, adding another layer to our understanding of highest. Another important clarification arises when discussing the contiguous United States, excluding Alaska and Hawaii. Within these 48 states, the highest point is Mount Whitney, located in California's Sierra Nevada range. Standing at 14,505 feet, 4,421 meters, Mount Whitney represents a different kind of challenge, often summited by experienced hikers in a single strenuous day. Its accessible trails and proximity to populated areas make it a popular destination, contrasting sharply with Denali's remote and extreme environment. USGS data confirms this elevation. Comparing these two iconic peaks reveals the diverse nature of America's high points. Denali, deep in the Alaskan wilderness, presents an expedition-style challenge, demanding weeks of commitment and extreme cold weather survival skills. Mount Whitney, while still a significant feat, offers a more accessible, technical hike for those with good fitness and acclimatization. The National Park Service records for both parks underscore the differing visitor profiles and logistical demands, yet both inspire awe and push human limits. Beyond the measurements and designations, lies the profound human connection to these colossal peaks. Why do people endure such hardship to stand atop the highest points? Mountaineers and adventurers speak of the unparalleled views, the sense of accomplishment, and the profound introspection that comes from confronting nature at its most extreme. As noted in numerous climbing narratives, the mountains strip away the mundane, leaving only raw existence and an enduring appreciation for our planet's wild beauty. This primal drive is universal. The designation of Denali as a national park and preserve underscores its importance not just as a geological marvel, but as a critical ecosystem. Efforts by the National Park Service focus on preserving its pristine wilderness, protecting its unique wildlife, and managing human impact. As climate change continues to alter alpine environments, the future of Denali, its glaciers, and its delicate ecosystems remains a vital concern. Scientific monitoring and conservation strategies are crucial to safeguard this national treasure for generations to come. The story of America's highest point is not static. Geological processes continue, measurements are refined, and cultural understandings evolve. The Earth itself is a dynamic entity, constantly shifting and reforming. Denali, Mauna Kea, and Mount Whitney are not just fixed points, they are active participants in our planet's story. They remind us that our definitions and measurements are always subject to revision, reflecting our ongoing quest for knowledge and precision in a world of constant change. The quest for truth is an ongoing journey. From our investigation, it's clear that the highest point in the USA is more than a simple numerical value. It's a rich tapestry woven from geological forces, human ambition, cultural identity, and scientific endeavor. Denali stands as the undisputed champion by conventional metrics, a colossal testament to the raw power of nature. Yet, the tales of Mauna Kea and Mount Whitney remind us that perspective matters, and our understanding of such superlatives is deeply tied to the questions we choose to ask. It is a story still being written, etched in rock and ice.